Okay, we're going to try something different here. I'm going to talk about one of my favorite Belmont Stakes races, the 1991 Belmont Stakes won by Hansel. Why the 1991 Belmont Stakes? I feel this race represents the essence of what the Belmont Stakes is. It's a grueling race for both stalkers, closers, front runners. It doesn't matter what style the horse has, it's supposed to be a grueling race for all of them because of the distance. And you're going to see here Hansel is going to be initially a stalker and then a presser, while Strike to Gold is going to lag at the back in the initial stages. And it's going to be an exciting race. Let's watch and see what happens. Strike to Gold is the main adversary for Hansel in this race. The common notion is that closers have the advantage in a 12 furlong race because the distance of the race will make the front runners tired, but it's not always true. It's more about the pace of the race and whether the horse is built for 12 furlongs. Those factors are more important. You see Hansel here, he's right here. He has speed. He doesn't have crazy speed though, so he's going to be able to lay off some of those horses. And Strike to Gold is way at the back. He's not even in the picture right now. So you see Hansel is in third right now. He's on the outside. There's no one bothering him. And he's not setting the pace though, so he's not doing all the dirty work. He's just inching forward. And you can see here he moves into second. But he's not spending all his energy right now. Uh, there is going to be a point in the stretch run where he does make a serious move. Just like in real life, if you ran the Boston Marathon, you don't want to run a sprint race in the first minute or so. And you can see Hansel goes to the leader here, and he's still not accelerating as fast as he could. It might not seem that impressive, that move he just made to the lead, but he's just grinding away because it's a mile and one half. And you see Strike to Gold winding up on the outside. Now, Strike to Gold has to use up a bit of energy to do this, because look at how fast he's going, and look at how wide he's going, so he's losing ground as well. And losing ground at Belmont is not that easy, so he wasn't in a great position in the first place because late closers are kind of at a disadvantage on dirt. And now he had to meet a very good horse in Hansel. We're going to watch that part again. You see Hansel is right here. He's still inching forward. And Strike to Gold is kind of bursting. He has to spend some energy to get into that position. But you see Hansel here, he's trying to separate from the field. Wait, let me pause it. There's a point here where Hansel tries to separate, and that's important. He's using up his run right now. And you see Hansel switch leads momentarily. That's his run. He was up by like 3 lengths at least. And all he had to do after that part was hold on, because he already had position.
Hansel full out, Strike the Gold, one last powerful thrust. Hansel holds on by a desperate head. Strike the Gold, close part.
He didn't keep running at all points in the stretch, but he did enough running where he could just hold on and hit the wire in front of Strike to Gold. And it was a grueling race for both of them. For Hansel, because he had to run near the pace, he had to hold off Strike to Gold. And for Strike to Gold, because he had to make that burst on the far turn, and he had to try and mow down a good horse in Hansel. So it was a grueling race for both of them. And that's what the Belmont Stakes is. I feel like a 9 furlong Belmont Stakes isn't what it is. I mean, it's not even the same amount of turns. It's just a 1 turn race at Belmont. But a 12 furlong race is 2 turns at Belmont. You can't just change the distance of the race and say, okay, it's still the Belmont Stakes. Well, no, it's a 12 furlong race in an era where there aren't many 12 furlong races left because not many horses can get the distance. You're taking away the essence of what the Belmont Stakes is, and now it's just It's just a 9 furlong race that resembles the Peter Pan Stakes, but I'm not saying that the Belmont Stakes won't be a good race. It depends on the horses that show up. But what we just watched right now, this grueling this grueling long race where Hansel inched his way forward to the lead, where Strike the Gold had to come from several lengths back over the 1.5 mile distance. This is what the Belmont Stakes is. It's a grueling test of a champion, and I think it's one of the greatest Belmont Stakes races of all time. So that's my video. I guess we could watch the stretch run one more time. Uh, like I said, this is a part where Hansel wins the race, because up until this point he had been inching forward, and now he makes that short little burst to separate, and then he just holds on. He needed the wire to come up when it did, because if it had been any farther, he would not have held on. Strike the Gold is a good horse, and he almost pulled it off, but Hansel had position. That's one of my favorite Belmont Stakes races. That's one of my favorite horses in Hansel, and that's what the Belmont Stakes is to me. A long, grueling race that involves a lot of strategy. It's a chess game. I hope it returns to 12 furlongs next year. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back next time.